India who have visual impairment. And the options that they have currently are very limited. Canes, which haven't really changed in about 100 years. Guide dogs, which are great, but very, very expensive over a lifetime to maintain. And devices that use audio feedback, which in crowded locations can be very, very difficult to hear what you have to do. So our solution is Le Chal, which in Hindi means to take me along. And as I walk you through what it does, I hope you will agree that it is an apt name. As I said, it's the world's first haptic footwear. And what it does and how it does it is very simple. I have insoles here. We also have shoes. You slip the insoles into your existing shoes, or you use our shoes. The insoles connect to our app using Bluetooth. You use the app to tell the device what you want it to do, where you want to go. Once you do that, though, you put your shoes away, you put your phone away, and your shoes will guide you to your destination. If you need to go right, your right shoe will vibrate. If you have to go left, your left shoe will vibrate. There's a vibratory pattern for every kind of direction, from a U-turn to a slight curve, and it's hands-free navigation. You never have to look at your phone. You don't have to look at your map. It's also extremely intuitive. If someone was to tap you on the shoulder, on your left shoulder, you would instantly look left. And that is the basis of haptics. It's a tap. The slide up there lists some of the things that Le Chal does. In addition to navigation, it also tracks fitness metrics. And we are very, very focused on interaction and user interaction and inclusive user interaction. Inclusive design is one of the central principles around which this product and other products that we build are based. So it includes things like turn-by-turn navigation. So it can tell you the difference between a hard right as well as a softer curve. There is volume button interaction. You can control the device just using the volume buttons on your smartphone. You can also use foot gestures to start and stop navigation or to have the navigation redone for you. And very importantly, and this is something we cracked recently, so we're very excited, it also works offline. You don't have to rely on connectivity for Le Chal to work. Why did we go after a wearable solution? It certainly wasn't because wearables was a buzzword when we started. We started in 2010. Almost nobody knew about wearables at that point. The big fuss around wearables started in 2012 with Google Glass. But the reason we went after wearables is because it's such an interesting challenge from a technology point of view. Wearables sit close to your body, so it's not just about the form of the product, it's also about materials. It's about how you interact with the product, unlike some of the other devices that we use today. And it's also because we firmly believe that wearables are the future. And why footwear? Because it's really simple. One, you never leave your home without it. And two, you can't really wear your footwear on backwards. They always point in the direction you're heading towards. It just made a lot of sense to us to pick footwear as the way to help people navigate. Where is Le Chal at the moment? Le Chal is a commercial product. We went commercial about a month ago, and as I mentioned before, we have two options. We have insoles, which you stick into your existing shoes, and we also have an entire range of products for men and women in different styles, different colors. You can see some of the options on your screen at the moment. And the only difference between the insoles and the shoes are the form. They essentially do the same thing, and the reason they do that is because they're powered by the same device, which we call the pods. The pods house all of the electronics. They slip into both the insole as well as the shoe. And they're incredibly durable. It's a question I was asked a little bit earlier on in the day, and my standard answer is it was devised by Indian engineers for Indian roads, and if you've ever been on an Indian road, you'll know how durable the product is. It lasts up to 15 days on a single charge. It's scratch-proof. We've dropped it from high ceilings. We've driven a car over it. It takes up to 500 pounds in terms of weight, and it also is just charged by a simple USB charger, so it's travel ready. The other product that we hope to roll out in early 2016 is to use all of the data that Le Chal has. It knows where you are, it knows where you're going, it knows how you're going to get there, to help people when they need the help. And we're tentatively calling it Lechal Assist, but it's a subscription service. It's a call-in service, so you're using Lechal and you have an issue, you can call us and we will help you, maybe guide you, maybe call 911 for you, maybe just get you, then your car has broken down and you need help, we can do that. We hope to eventually make it into a much more varied service, such as concierge and reservations. But to start off with, we just want to use the data that we have to make that user experience of Lechal more vibrant. The impact of has been great so far. We've gotten a lot of press. We've gotten a lot of good press, thankfully. And we've also gotten a few awards for innovation and things like that. But more importantly, it has brought us in touch with very, very key partners such as the UN. We are part of Vision 2020. Lechal has been selected as the device for the visual disability category by the UN. We have a meeting in December to put pen to paper. We also work very closely with the LV Prasad Eye Institute. They're one of Asia's largest eye health institutes. They've been an early partner and a constant supporter. All of the testing that we've done with Lechal has been through LVPI, and we've done rigorous and exhaustive testing over the last 5 years. We also have been, through LVPI, introduced to organizations like RNIB, Vision Australia, the American Foundation for the Blind, all of whom we really, really look forward to working with. And because we are serial innovators, the next logical step for Lechal, pun unintended, was obstacle detection, and that's something we are working on. You can, the slide shows you some of the early forms and some of the early prototypes. The current version of Lechal does not do obstacle detection, but for us it's 2.0, 100% will, and we're very close to getting that right as well. And the reason why I mentioned earlier on how many people there are in India who are visually impaired, and for us, not only because of the genesis of this product, but also because of where we are located, it was important to us to include in some way those who cannot obviously afford Lechal as it is currently. We wanted to go about that without reducing the quality of the product, without hindering the user's experience, and without impacting our own profitability, so that we could, and we wanted to do it in a way that was sustainable. So we came up with the Lechal initiative, and it's very simple. We use the sales, mainstream sales, to subsidize the cost for somebody who is visually impaired. We work with LVPI, the LV Prasad Eye Institute at the moment, to make that a reality, and we're actively looking for other partners as well. We hope, I know other companies talk about top line, bottom line, and revenue targets. For us, our target is steps. We hope to be a trillion-step company in 2017. And for us, the Lechal initiative is a very important part of how we're going to get there. I have the products with me. If anybody would like to give it a shot, please feel free.